A lot of decks, so you take one out of that. Hattori has a lot of speed, so you take one out of that. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. Very similar teams coming in here. Also, you have very consistent weapons coming out from the Koji and the Hattori pick. Of course, they both have sword, extremely consistent. Bow is very consistent, and spear is very consistent. So it seems like these teams are just all about consistency, even though they do have some slight differences.
According to my boy Flambeau, he said ever since that greatsword has got nerfed, it has really like paved the way for the bow to really shine like it should have. And honestly, I'm inclined to agree with him. Like, bow's one of my favorite weapons in the game. It's been one of my favorite weapons in the game since the Ember release. I'm now playing mostly Diana, but still, I just think that this weapon has been fantastic for a long time. And even with I think there's like a slight nerf from way back in the day, it's still a very fantastic weapon. And I guess with the fact that like the greatsword is not overtaking the meta anymore, you're gonna see a lot more bow really popping off. Just like that though, no bow necessary for that sig to take him off the top as well with the recovery. Let's go.
And that's going to be a full wipe of the red team. The blue team is extremely damaged here. Red team needs to find a weapon. There's one axe side air. The neutral light doesn't even send Kyler off screen yet. He's going to delay, stay low on the wall as Elsem comes in with the ground pound. Kyler's able to get back. They don't really put too much pressure on him over on the wall. Still trying to find this between the sidelight nair into the GC sidelight. That's some good damage on Right. Right is almost dead, and Kyler is still on his first stock. That is a bad discrepancy for this blue team. Right knocked out. The red team all of a sudden came alive in the first 100 damage of their second stocks. They have completely turned this game around.
Yeah, big facts, man. Right's going to have to play a lot more cautious right now, but like the thing is, so does Kyler if he really wants to preserve this pseudo lead, if you will. I mean, it's not even really a lead. It's actually tied, but it's mostly to the red team's side of things with the amount of damage they're doing to Right again. Right already in the red, finally getting that stock off of Kyler, who was basically in barbecued red right there. And yeah, that's not looking so great for Right either. Managed to make it back while also, I guess, juking Elsem to his death. I didn't actually see what happened down there.
He did get the better of that situation right there, but I think that was more on Elsem making a critical mistake more than Right doing anything really that good.
Yeah.
You see him about to be knocked out. He turned red so quickly on this final stock. Meanwhile, it took Kyler 2 minutes to lose his first stock, and this is sort of a normal thing that we've seen in the past coming out from Kyler and Right, as Right gets taken out 2.5 minutes into the game, now forcing Kyler into the 1v2 situation. Now we're kind of seeing maybe how Kyler was able to do that almost 1,000 damage we saw on the Right tweet that was posted earlier today. It's that Kyler seems to be the only one doing anything in this game. I don't expect to see big numbers coming out from Right. Kyler's doing his best to fight this out, but it's so tough.
Yeah, I think the only big numbers we're going to see from Right are the amount of damage he took this round. But I
don't even know if that's going to be
yeah,
big,
honestly,
man. He's not early.
He's kind of out of there relatively quick, and Kyler though really not in a position to like not be able to take this. I mean, all he has to do is find one solid sig here on this Hattori, and then he's actually got a lead, assuming he doesn't take too much damage. Got to find himself a weapon here first, though. Kyler does find a weapon. Nice little side airs. He lands onto that wall. Oh, hold on.
No.
Oh, he's looking for it.
Elsem is very damaged, but maybe the axe might be a better option for Kyler because he can just find a stray Sair to knock out Elsem. It's going to be a little bit tougher for him to find a signature. 1, to find the signature. 2, make it hit. And 3, not get punished for it. So that could be really tough. Kyler's already in the orange.
Found it.
He has to take out Elsem. There's 1 KO.
Ooh, okay. So even though he took a hard punishment, oh my God!
Okay. He's so close. Is there going to be weapon toss coming out? He used a lot of his in-air movement options for going in with that. The clash coming out. This is so close. Kyler may take this and completely carry this game. He's looking for the Sair. Can't find it quite yet. Doggo finds the Sair, sends him off screen. Kyler leading with the Sair. The recovery bounces off the wall. That took the recovery away.
No.
Goes in with the ground pound. Doggo follows right after. Doggo barely clinching that game. And we were expecting big numbers coming out from Kyler, but also look at the red team. 710 damage from Doggo.
Man, okay. At that point in time, I'm usually like, whenever people go down and go for the, the gravity cancel D-Light ground pound, I'm like, all right, sometimes that looks a little unnecessary. But that point in time, now I see why it's necessary. My man just did not line up that ground pound and lost the game for a great comeback here from Kyler Alice. Just one mistake at the end is what cost him the greatest comeback here on the first game of top 4, basically. Yeah, but he just just straight up with that, and then ends up getting stepped on. Unfortunate for him. As you said, though, man, yeah, the damage here on the red side, 710 and 600 to the Kyler AUS is 571, and then the pitiful 362 right here from Right, man. He's going to have to step that one up.
Now, I do want to give him a little bit of credit because he did take 657 damage, so you actually called it. I undersold it, but you called it. He did take 657 damage on a 5 defense character. So that's basically 220 that he's averaging per stock before he dies. That's still pretty darn good. So I'll give him credit for that. He just happened to take all of that damage in like next to no time.
Yeah.
So if he's able to spread that out a little bit more, that'll give him more time to actually put out damage. So then Kyler doesn't also have to take 713 damage before he loses all 3 of his stocks. So a lot of really interesting numbers from basically every player that game.
Yeah, I think it was like just really interesting how he took that damage too, though, because it seemed like just out of nowhere he would be getting team comboed like to oblivion, and that's where most of it, like, he wouldn't be taking damage otherwise, but then out of nowhere it's just a big team combo. He is trying to help his boy, but he's got to get down there and do something. There it is. Finally alleviate some of that pressure, man. Kyler AUS was getting stepped on, poked, all of that good stuff. Finally gets back to the stage. Managed to keep, honestly, with all that going down, though, I thought he would be in the red, but he's only in the orange. So he's still keeping up the lead here for his team for sure.
Yeah, he only took about like 5 hits, I think it was. Like each one maybe looked like it could have gone poorly right after that for Kyler, but he was able to take the right hits in the right place. But there's a D-Sig right picking that up, getting the KO off the right side. Elsem feeling good about that one. Trying to even this game up a little bit after Kyler found that early Sair on the right side with the axe in his hand to take out Doggo. So Red Team definitely fighting back into this. Neutralite is going to have Doggo in the orange. There's another fantastic follow-up on the side from Kyler. Not quite getting the KO. That's going to knock it. Oh, Right went down. Oh, is Right going to die here? Right dies for that. Oh, Red Team so far in the lead there. Right had the idea to save his teammate, but man, that fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, they did get a stock off of that, but it just wasn't enough, man. Like now, I feel like they had a relatively good lead, and Right, I think, was super healthy too when he died. So that's just unfortunate usage of that stock, or loss of that stock, if you will. But they can still do this. I mean, they haven't really taken too much damage yet. They can turn this into a 2v1 if they find more damage on this Bren, who is kind of fighting a little recklessly right now. Oh, tries it. Tries for the downlight into the neutral sig. Not going to find it right there, though.
Kyler, is he going to find the KO here? Most of his attention is on Doggo trying to force the 2v1 situation while Elsem is coming back to the stage. They do find the KO right after that. Right going to run all the way to the left side of the stage, throws his weapon away, maybe hoping to grab the next one, but actually loses his weapon, and the Red Team grabs the weapon spawn. Oh, the recovery comes in, doesn't actually get the hit off, gets interrupted. Now he finds the hit, but it's on his own teammate. There's the recovery. The grab is going to prioritize the enemy so he doesn't hit Kyler this time.
Man, this isn't terrible yet until you get double scooped up by that recovery, and this is bad for sure now. I think that's probably going to be, yeah, he's going to go ahead and let that one go. Man, that is unfortunate. That was unfortunate pickup right there for the blue team. I feel like they were definitely making it back, but a great pickup from Hattori, who found that double recovery. Almost got the double KO too, but it was still enough to finish off one and then put the other one in deep reds, though. You know, would have been a crazy comeback for Right to make. But look at this, man. Kyler AUS and Right actually 3-0'd their opponent before this, and now it's looking like they're facing a 3-0 themselves.
Yeah, this is definitely looking tough for Kyler and Right going into this. They're leaving Apocalypse, Shipwreck, and Mammoth on the board, and we're going back to Mammoth. Kyler coming in with this Hattori pick. Doesn't want the axe, but does want to keep the spear. Wants some movement speed here, and just like the other Hattori in this game, we're seeing defense stance being picked, going from 4 to 5. Definitely a smart choice for 2v2 where, let's face it, you're going to get hit.
All right. Okay, wow. There we go. 42 damage to everyone. What's up? Like, you're all taking it. So either way, we're always talking about that down save, man. Such a great move to just kind of throw out. Expect someone to be dabbed into as well. Like, you're going to catch them. Starts from behind her, pulls all the way to the front. Speaking of down sigs, another one. He is spinning these weapons for sure.
We're seeing Right taking a lot of damage yet again. That's a pickup. Signature KO on the left side. They can find some good damage onto Elsem. Kyler finds a Sair on both members. Wright comes in, hits the ground pound onto Kyler. Not looking good for the blue team this early on. Elsem and Kyler are about in the same spot here, but the blue team's down a stock, and Doggo is extremely healthy right here. He's been taking his kale, he's been taking his spinach, he's been taking his iron supplements. He's looking so healthy here.
Yeah, man, he's definitely got the one-a-days on deck. So, I mean, this is looking real rough again for the blue team. However, not as rough as last time. They do have a potential to find a lead here. They do find a little bit of a lead at the same time, though, with it's the flex lead right here. If both these stocks are gone, they are not in the lead anymore. But actually keeping a harder lead now. Here we go, 3 to 5. This is looking good for the blue team. I don't know what they've discussed between these last 2 games, but it seems like whatever they're bringing to the table right now is working a lot better than those first 2. I want to count them out, though. I mean, they have made some grave mistakes that have lost some early stocks as well, though. So I'll let the rest of the game play out before we say they're definitely the definitive winner of this third game. Ooh.
They're both knocked over there. Almost both making it back. Elsem going to come in with the D-Sig. It's going to miss and actually end up hitting his teammate. Wright still on his second stock. We'll see how long he can hold on to this. Does have the bow in hand. That gives him the opportunity to put some space between him and his opponent. It's a nice side air. That's going to knock Doggo away. That big axe doesn't even need the follow-up. That came out a little bit late. Still find the KO on the right. We have 3 stocks to 3. They have to win this game if they want any hope of going into the grand finals on the winner's side.
Yeah, man. That is definitely just factual information right there. And this game is super close. Hold up. Oh, that could have been terrible.
That would have been real bad.
Yeah.
That would have been real bad, DK. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that drops 2. Oh. That means Kyler is still on his second stock here. They find the KO. Elsem is out of the game. Doggo definitely wants to, I mean, he can find either KO here, and that gives him the option to find the other one quickly after that. He found one. It's going to take out Kyler. He has the 1v1 opportunity against Wright. Isn't able to turn it into too much. Wright stayed alive there. Doggo might be losing the second stock very quickly. The neutral light, a recovery might have killed there, but the neutral light was the safer, easier, and better option that Wright found.
Yeah. I'm kind of thinking back to that play right now. Instead of that neutral sig, if he would have went for a down sig, I'm sure it would have caught both of them, did the damage, and potentially killed one of them. So this could have been a totally different game off the choice of a sig. But now, I mean, it still could be the same game if he finds this 2v1 victory. He's got to put some more damage here or put some more hits onto this Koji. But obviously, everyone knows that as Koji is trying to stay in the back. Weapon starving as well. No weapons being given to this Brynn. She's trying her hardest.
You see 2 very important responsibilities going on. Great follow-up from Wright there. You see Kyler is leading the initiation because he's extremely healthy right now. Meanwhile, Wright is there not only for follow-up opportunities, but also to weapon starve. Doggo finally finding this weapon, but it could be late. He's in the red D-Light dare into the gravity cancel neutral light. Didn't feel good about going for the recovery. Maybe wanted Wright to follow up. They find the down signature. Wright staying alive for so long on that final stock, keeping himself in the game. Blue team takes the victory, keeping themselves from going down into the loser's bracket at least for a little bit longer.
Yeah, man. That was a really good way to play that 2v1 for sure, though. Wright was sitting in the back. You know, he was like, I know that I'm super hurt right now. Let me make sure I don't do anything crazy. You actually started seeing Doggo start to throw out some haphazard heavies as well, just trying to hope for something to land there. Obviously, nothing's going to work out for him. So now here we are, 2-1. Still in the favor of Doggo's team, but Kyler, Alice, and Wright looking good right now.
Deciding on their final ban here. Mammoth Fortress, Great Hall, Miami Dome, and Apocalypse still up. They take out Apocalypse. That was a stage that was left open by Kyler and Wright before that. But of course, I mean, come on. Where do you think we're going? We're going to the Mammoth Fortress.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man. That's the stage. The stage of stages right here. So as we get into it, our 4th game, same people. No one's swapping yet. I mean, no one's swapping for any reason. Honestly, like, well, actually, we did get the swap to the Hattori from the blue team, right? There, he was playing Brynn earlier. So the Hattori making his debut and actually really working out for him.
Oh, look at Kyler. Oh, look at Kyler go back and forth. Oh, my goodness. You love to see it.
Oh, I thought he was going to go for the ground pound right there. Just, it looked like it was going to be perfectly lined up, but he might have actually ended up stepping on Jesus. Onto Kyler.
All right, Kyler's going nuts.
Yeah.
Kyler is going big mode. He's going sicko mode. He's going every mode there is in the books. Kyler coming to play here. Needed that one victory, and he's going.
Yeah, man. He's definitely on X Games right now. Like, I don't know what's going on, but, like, he has decided, I am here to play. I know they just got these first 2 games, so I'm going to make sure that y'all don't get these next 2. Get into a game 5 at the very least.
Look at Right as well, coming in, giving his teammates space 2 different times to get back onto the platform. The ground pound from the middle of the stage is going to take out Kyler. Right doing a great job. He does fall there, but still we're seeing just a little bit of a lead for the blue team, and that's kind of what we had last game in the beginning. Then it started to fall apart a little bit, but they wrestled it back. Team damage coming out. Blue team also gets the follow-up off of that. Dare sends Kyler over to the left side. D-Light Dare. Kyler still outputting damage here.
Yeah, I think Right on the right side, Right went a little crazy right there. He was doing, you know, he had the momentum for sure, but he shifted that momentum to a down and that immediately got him spiked. So maybe not the play. And that momentum seems to have kind of shifted off him right now as he's stuck up here on the left side, going a little crazy for the sig there. Not gonna find it. Wait a minute.
Big side air, further splitting the blue team far apart. Another signature, this time a neutral. Side air sending Right. Oh, the blue team is so split.
Yeah.
They're getting pinballed left and right. Now they're both on the right side. This is scary. There's one KO. Are they going to find the other one? Kyler, is he going to survive this one? Elsem dodges back towards the stage with Kyler and then finds the down air.
Yeah, I don't know where Kyler's supposed to go right there, because even if he tried to drift into the stage, you already saw that ground pound was lined up for him too, and he already burned his dodge, so he was most definitely going to run directly into that. And so yeah, he really didn't have nowhere to go on that one. Ends up losing that stock too, but this is straight up domination on the red side again. Although we do have this barbecue red Elsem right now. And this is one good hit to go ahead and push this man out of here. Sig not necessary, and he is Right is throwing them out though. Down in
Look
here.
at Kyler though, he's taking a lot of damage. He's barely dodging some of these side airs. Yo, that was huge!
Yeah.
That signature taking out both members of the red team. Now we basically have a reversal of what we saw last game. Elsem and Doggo coming in very healthy into this. Kyler is the one damaged the most on the blue team. Right may have to lead these initiations. He may have to make these big moves to try and add up this damage. A little bit of team damage comes out. The blue team cannot afford that right now.
Oh,
that was smart. That was so smart. That was so smart. Into the recovery that guaranteed would have taken out Right. So Kyler came in with the neutral air to knock him away from that KO move, but it doesn't matter. Doggo and Elsem take the victory and will move on into the grand finals. 3-1 over Kyler.
That was a platinum save with that down air, dude. At the top, that was a super good save, but unfortunately, just did not even matter. Hattori and Koji will not bring it to grand finals or winners finals at the very least. Well, that was winners finals, right?
Yeah, that was winners
finals.
finals.
So they won't bring it to grand finals. That's going to be up to Elsem and Doggo, aka Brandon Hattori. Strong team right there. Strong team really showing up. I mean, and again, as I said, Kyler, Alice, and Right definitely just 3-0'd their opponent before this. But Doggo and Elsem, I mean, they dropped one game too, and they did the same thing here. Dropping one game to Kyler, Alice, and Right, but still taking it all the way to grand finals. So good stuff to them.
So I was looking into Doggo and Elsem earlier, and of course I sent out that survey that some of y'all might have seen. Some of you may have answered that. Thank you for doing that. If you did, if you didn't, shame on you. But Elsem and Doggo really didn't give me much, because I asked stuff like, what characters are you going to play in twos? And let's see, what their answer let's see, they said, like all, for the characters they're going to play in twos. And then in ones, they said, a few. So they were kind of a big question mark going into this. I didn't really know what to expect from Doggo and Elsem going into this.
What a terrible interview. It's like, man, you just won $1 million.
Yeah.
What are you going to spend on? I don't know, some things.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like,
oh, okay.
I want this information to better describe your region to the viewers, and this is what you give me. But we're moving on past that set. It's now Raigandas and Duplicate versus Shadow and Dummy. Now, before we really get deep into this game, Shadow used to play with Goddess. That was a team that played basically all of their career together. Now they have split up. Goddess has a new teammate of Vital, and Shadow is, of course, playing with Dummy. I'm feeling actually really good about this team of Shadow and Dummy. I predicted them to be in second place because they've been grinding in the offseason. Like 5 hours of practice every day. VOD reviews, replay analysis, scrims, so many important things that good 2v2 teams need to do to stay the best. So I'm feeling really good about Dummy and Shadow.
See those clan tags? Dupes is Sparky is wrong, and the other one for Shadow is 4 Flambeau. Like, all right, look at the commentator loves out here. I like to see it. I like to see it. Either way,
Dublicek definitely thought I underrated him and Raigun does when Dublicek has placed out of top 8 more often than inside of top 8.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens here with this match. I mean, if he loses here, then you can be like, well, you know?
Yep.
So, like, I'm still right.
It would still be a good place, though.
Yeah.
Like it would still be inside of top 8, a little bit deep in the top 8, so it would still be a huge accomplishment for Dublicek and Raigun. Raigun does this relatively new team, and, I mean, so far we're even. The blue team has a little bit of a lead, but I mean little. I mean little eensy-teensy-weensy.
Yeah, it's a baby lead, especially when you have this damage on Brawlhalla. I mean, it doesn't matter if you put her in defense stance. It's still a relatively low defense. So, I mean, he's making it work, though. The one good thing about Brawlhalla is that, one, she's, like, super quick, has very nice sigs, and, like, has 2 good weapons that are good for stringing things together. You know, that axe and that sword. Real easy to start to, like, run away with some stuff. Gets a little overzealous with the side sig, though, and takes one to the back of the dome right there with that side air. Gonna go ahead and lose that stock. Still though, I mean, it took a while, so this lead is still small, but it's still on their side by a bit, you know.
And you saw Shadow really wanting to hold on to that lead while Dummy was spawning back in. He was just dipping. He was completely out of there. Didn't even want to engage at all. Nice ground pound from Dummy, grabbing the double KO there. Blue team definitely in the lead, putting out some more damage here. You heard all of those axe hits.
Yeah. Oh God. That looked like an instant stock, man. Like that man got comboed like 2 times and then took a Brawlhalla side stick to the face. Yeah, you're pretty much out of there. So that is going to. We're gonna seal the first game on this one for sure. Like this will be the craziest comeback of all time. I'm sure that people have done it, but this is. Let's go ahead and let's talk about that second game. How about that?
This one went from like really even to all of a sudden somebody turned the steamroll on and is ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not making that one back. Okay, easy game right there for the blue team. Straight up domination. The damage that Dummy put out. I mean, he went Dummy with the damage for sure. You know what I'm saying? 613 here. Only taking 266. Got to give it up for him.
Yeah, he was like Mr. Slithery Snake moving in around everything. Didn't hardly get hit whatsoever. And if you're a Brawlhalla and you're not getting hit, like that's awesome. If you're a Brawlhalla who's not getting hit, and putting out hits because of that high strength, because of those great signatures, really hard-hitting signatures that can find those like later orange kills that can cover a lot of space on the stage. Like you're doing so good if you can do that with Brawlhalla.
Yeah. So I mean, that was just straight up domination right there from. They got to bring something new to the table for sure. And we do get something new with the stage pick as we swap over, getting away from Mammoth. And let's see if this works out for him though. I mean, This stage, I feel like this is a stage where you're basically saying, I want to fight. You know what I mean? Like, it's a smaller stage. The walls aren't as big either, so it's a little easier to kind of go off and do something about your edge guards. And you're playing 2v2, so there's really it becomes an even smaller stage with the amount of people on here. You're saying that you want to fight for sure.
Yeah, we'll see who is better at taking advantage of that edge. Of course, Raigun does have the hammer as an option on the edge. The final frames of that side signature from Shadow ended up hitting Raigun there. He's already in the orange. Red team, a little bit worse for wear here, but Dummy does have to be careful. Might not survive quite as long. Hits a raw unarmed side heavy, sending Raigun over to the edge. Blue team doesn't really capitalize too much. Some team damage came in that sent Raigun to the left. Now Dublicek is on the left. Now Raigun is on the left. Dublicek is dead. I can't imagine Raigun is going to last too much longer, but he does! Finds the unarmed ground pound.
Yeah, a little overextension right there from this Brawlhalla. Also went for a side air that was entirely too low. I think maybe going for recovery would have been the wave, but oh wow, the combo on that. I don't even know if that was on purpose, but it looked, I'm going to say it was because it looked like it, so go ahead. Give it up to the red team as they are now taking a slight lead, and I think that just got sapped away.
It seemed like Dummy just thought that he was so safe on that left edge. Like he was just kind of like sitting there waiting for things to happen to him, and then all of a sudden something actually did happen to him, and he was no longer in control just like that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I felt like he should have been able to recover. I think he had kind of psyched himself out there. Let me go ahead and look at the instant replay. Yep, nope. Okay, so he thought he touched the wall, but he was entirely too late. And then try to air dodge, but he was way under the stage by that time, so it does not seem to matter. Unfortunate, though. Lost that stock, and that looks like that is kind of leading to the blue team's momentum really just starting to rack up right now.
Raigun is coming out with the D-Sig. Could be the game-changing moment that the red team needs, or at least the start of one. The recovery coming out actually finds the KO. Raigun has kept that interaction going out of hit stun. Got the KO off the top. Dublicek somehow gets out of that. They find the KO onto Dummy. It's now 2 stocks to 2, but Dublicek and Raigan does. Oh man, that neutral signature almost KO'd Dublicek, and they did find the KO on Raigan does. Dublicek very red in this 1v2 situation. Sword recovery not quite enough to KO off the top, but the spear recovery will. Shadow started the gravity cancel taunt, and that's gonna be that game.
Damn, that down sig from Brawlhalla, man, always feels nice to hit. Just a quick swipe. Doesn't even look like it's supposed to be that strong, but no, you go flying. And a perfect angle too, man. Any angle, I feel like any angle that's not sending up is always a good angle in games, like in platform fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's going to force people to have to like really just go straight for recovery instead of like trying to mix it up, because they don't have all that stage space over the stage to work with. Like you get sent to the right, usually is burn.
And you don't have the option to throw the weapon toss down to give yourself a little bit of room to get back. You just kind of have to go over to the wall, while your opponent is either sitting on the wall, not worried about anything, or they're sitting on the stage, not worried about anything. So yeah, I definitely agree. Having to recover from the left or the right side can be really, really tough.
Okay.
So going into this next game, the red team's going to have to find something. The score is definitely not in their favor, and Dummy's been consistently coming out on top of the blue team. Not that Shadow is necessarily doing too many things wrong, or very many things wrong at all, but it's just been Dummy like overperforming, which is fantastic for this team when Shadow has been the higher placing 2v2 player for virtually all of his career. So Dummy, despite having like not the best statistics for this, is definitely having a really good showing so far in the Winter Championship. So it looks like for this next one, we're not seeing any character swaps whatsoever. We're seeing this Bodvar versus the Koji from the red team, and then the Bryn versus the Jala on the blue team. Stance-wise, we're seeing defense for both members of the blue team. We also see that from Dublicek as well. That's going to take him from 4 to 5. It's going to take Dummy from 3 to 4. It's going to take Shadow from 5 to 6. Meanwhile, Raigan does is fine with 5 defense. It's a solid amount of defense to have. Going to put a little bit more in strength, looking for that KO power. We'll see if he can use the D-Sig on Sword. We saw a lot of that last week in EU, but we haven't seen too much of it so far today from Raigan does. We saw like 1 D-Sig earlier right on the corner. Unfortunately for the red team, it didn't end up hitting, but we might be seeing a character swap here from Dublicek. We saw the hover onto the Lin Fei. I think Dublicek is just showing all of the characters that he has unlocked on his account. Maybe also likes to hear that beautiful train whistle coming out here while we're just taking a moment to think about what we want to do. Changing his title as well. He does have the Winter Watcher title. That's a very cool title. Actually taking it off. Now just Mashing wants to hear that train whistle. So let's talk about Dummy and Shadow for just a moment before this game kind of gets started, while we're waiting on them to start this one out. If you're looking at some of Dummy's stats, they're really not that impressive compared to Shadow's. Of course, Dummy is a very good player, but if you're looking at some of these in 2s, they're kind of all over the place. At Winter Championships a year ago, got 17th place. At Spring Championships, got 25th. At Summer Championships, got 7th. And then at Combo Breaker, dropped to 13th, then back to 7th for low tier, but then in Steel Series got 33rd. So we're seeing some kind of inconsistencies there, at least in the early to middle of last year. Then you bring it towards the end, and we're seeing Autumn Championships coming 5th, Mammoth Cups coming 7th, and then BCX coming 5th. Meanwhile, on the other side, Shadow is coming in with regular top 6. Winter Champs 2nd, Spring 3rd, Summer 3rd, Combo Breaker 5th, but low tier 2nd, Steel 3rd, Autumn Championships 3rd, Mammoth Cup 4th, BCX 3rd. So really consistent placements coming out from Shadow. I don't know exactly how these two came together and how they decided that they were going to play with each other, but they're playing with each other really, really well. I'm loving that so far from them. Now, because this is Winter Championships, it is, like, we kind of harped on this a lot last week. It is one of the more interesting tournaments because you really never know what can happen, because there's been such a large gap in the offseason, like a 3-month offseason coming from the World Championships all the way to Winter Championships. Sorry, from the World to Winters. You have so many teams that like they finish Worlds and they've been grinding for Worlds and they play Worlds and they're just like, I'm going to chill for a bit. I'm going to chill. I'm going to maybe take a step back from Brawlhalla, and I'm going to wait till next season starts up. But then you also have your grinders. That's Shadow and Dummy. They said they've been playing like 5 hours of practice every day. That's awesome. It's also a little bit crazy, but awesome. VOD review, sparring, replay analysis, all of these like high-level practice techniques that I love to see out of Shadow and Dummy, even in just the offseason. Season hasn't even started, and they already have these very high-level practice techniques.
It's paying off, though. I mean, look at those last 2 games. You know what I mean? If they're practicing this much and they're actually dominating this part of the bracket like this, I mean, that's the type of stuff you want to see. That's the stuff that makes, like, that you show people when they're like, man, what does practice do? This is what practice does. Look at the way these guys are playing right now. I mean, just the teamwork looks so phenomenal. The way that they're positioned around the stage, the way their team combos are, the way they're covering each other, just phenomenal. Good stuff.
Now, what I'm really curious is if they end up winning and moving on past this, they're going to fight Clem and Shadowfish, who actually sent them down into the loser's bracket. I am so curious how that set went. The fact that Dummy and Shadow are playing this well, and they found themselves in the loser's bracket. So we're back on Apocalypse, small map, definitely went the way of the blue team the last time. I don't think anybody will disagree with that, but it's going the way of the red team so far. Shadow has to be very careful. Might get KO'd here. Nice D-Light Dare recovery coming out from Dummy.
He tried him, tried to double tap him here at the top with that recovery, but didn't get enough juice on it to go ahead and send him past the blast zone. One thing, though, is like, this is kind of like how it happened in the first game, though. The red team actually did have a pretty good open for the game. It just, after a while, that whole momentum got sapped from them. So a good open still happening for them right here as they got the 2 stocks off the blue team already with not much damage here on to do. Okay.
You gotta be, oh man, you gotta be so worried. If you're the red team, you have a nice lead here, but you see those double axes coming out from the blue team. You know how quickly that can be taken away. Raigan does spawn into the game, has the hammer, a lot of damage coming out. You're hearing all of those axe hits. Look how far Duplicate got sent. There's the ground pound. That will likely be a KO. Oh, he wasn't able to save his teammate there. Dummy was just putting too much pressure.
Yeah, but that's his first stock, though. He should be all right. I mean, they still have a pretty good lead here as far as the damage goes. Everyone damaged except for Duplicate. Looking real good yet again. Now he's got, oh, nice. Good down stick right there as Tommy Mac comes out, but taking a little 3-piece. Oh, he tries to go up there and get sky high with it. Unfortunately, only lands a side air instead of what probably could have been a recovery. Oh! Did he hit that? Oh, he didn't hit that. Okay. I thought he hit that. I thought he hit that that down light afterward. That probably would have popped him back up, so it was probably better that he didn't hit that. At first, it looked like a down air, which would have been a nice little conversion off the recovery into a down air to send him at an even harder angle, but Jesus, that stock's going to be gone too. Now, this definitely looking like it's in the red team's favor. However, as I say that, Duplicate now getting put to the red and almost off the map.
Yeah, he got hit by that.
Oh, he is off the map.
That is going to KO him. That's that really high strength coming out of the Jolly. You saw how far he got sent. It's not like he had 200 damage on that stock. He was orange, maybe the beginning stages of red, and that ended up leading to a KO. That's going to be that high strength from that Jala axe coming out here. We're even on stocks. Shadow's going to have to play very carefully, though. We're about 2.5 minutes into this game, taking more damage. None of them have been KO moves yet, so he hasn't been sent too far away from his teammate.
Okay. Hold on, man. So this Jala is the one that is hurt the most right now. But oh my God! And now she's sent out. About to get a double send out. He could definitely still do. Oh my! Weaving through that, just barely. He could definitely still do this, man. This is like, what is going on?
I think he must have been expecting maybe the immediate high recovery from Dummy. The unarmed sider is going to send Dummy over on the left side. Recovery coming out from Raigan, but it does miss. Dummy has a real, oh, that sent him so far. He's going to have to burn so much. The second weapon toss is there to clean it up. That is Duplicate and Raigan does fighting their way back into this. Now it's 1-2 as we head into game 4.
Yeah, man, Duplicate almost putting his boy out though with that, that neutral sig. Luckily, he didn't have just another tenth of damage right there, and that probably would have been the stock. But either way, they and managed to get himself a game here. So that's looking good for them. They don't want to be sent out of this tournament. They don't want to be sent packing yet, so they're fighting their way back up. Or are we going to get a 3-1 situation here? We're getting rid of Apocalypse. Looks like they're definitely done with Apocalypse. We're going to Miami Dome. Here we go.
That was an extremely close game. If we were on any other map that had like maybe bigger walls or maybe more just like main stage left and right area to play on, we could have easily seen Dummy take that. All it would take is a couple stray Sayers and the red team was done, but they were able to hold on to it. They controlled the edges on the end of the game there. There's the Neutralite. Oh, the team combo, but it's on Dummy with a member of the blue team. Great follow-up coming out of the red team, but Shadow is going back to back from one red team member to the other.
Hey. Ooh.
All right, what?
Another shot right there. Yeah, what's going on,
those
man?
Neutral signatures, man. Maybe be a little bit more careful with those. Oh, Duplicate, is he going to be taken out this early? A lot of hits were taken. Dummy ended up getting hit by his teammate, but still was able to make it back. Still looking for the KO. There's another ground pound from Ragandas that's able to get the KO there. He's nailed a couple of those that have been really nice.
Yeah, I mean, he continues to do that, though. He keeps putting himself in a situation where, like, he's trying to do a lot off the stage, but then he ends up getting jumped over and then ground pounded, or probably most likely going for, like, a side air, but just doesn't line.
Whoa! Oh, no. This is not
Controller
the
issues?
right time for that to happen. Dummy ends up running off the left side. Is there still disconnection issues? I think this is a South America sign to stop playing because Dummy is lagging. We're seeing attacks coming out. I'm guessing that means it's okay. The taunt confirms that we are back in this. Dummy having some connection issues there. I'm not sure. Might still be having connection issues. We saw that kind of wild nair. Not sure what that was really aiming at. So Dummy might still be having some lag issues. That's the nature of online video games as we know it. But they're going to do their best to fight back into this. Oh, no. He's going to run off again. The red team basically has a victory here because Dummy ran off the edge 2 times. That's so brutal here.
Oh, man. It's so sad looking, too, because you can, like, just the grin on Jala's face as she's just flying, just sliding to her doom. Like, oh, no. So, yeah, he's got to do this whole fight by himself. And, I mean, you know, facts have happened. But I feel like that's demoralizing more than anything. Like y'all were probably in a good spot to take this in a 4-game set, but because of your teammate, internet kind of messing up right now, like, and now you're in this 2v1, and that's gonna suck. Yeah, I don't think he's making that one back yet. Gets pulled up, but hold on now. That's a stock going too. This could just be a crazy one-on-one.
It is winnable. Shadow, strong 1v1 player as well. Behind about a half a stock, Ragandas is in the orange here, but that, like, talk about demoralizing. That is so scary going forward because you never know when it's going to happen. At least we're going into a game 5 situation here if the red team comes out on top, but I mean, we may not even need it. Shadow might take the dub here.
Playing.
Oh, no!
Okay, yeah, I got to get back on that wall real quick. I was ready to say, don't go out like this, man. This is the Hammer Classic.
Shadow going to control the weapons here, going back to the axe, wants that hard-hitting side air. Doesn't need necessarily the consistency of the spear because Shadow is able to space, is able to find that side air. 1 or 2 hits, and Shadow's basically tied with Ragandas here. Neutral light, goes for the side light immediately after, doesn't have the option to deny the weapon.
Yeah, this is straight up even now. You know what I mean? Like, that. You said he was about a half a stock ahead, and that was 1,000% factual, but now he's looking like he's about to be half a stock behind. If he found that another hit. Ooh.
Oh, the D-Sig! He finally finds it! The down air. No weapon toss. Goes for the ground pound. The dodge came out from Shadow, and it wasn't going to save him there. I think what happened was he ended up touching the wall, which, of course, cancels the iframes. I don't think he got the full iframes of the dodge there. That was a ground pound from Ragandas. That is going to give them the victory, and we're going to game 5. Shadow did 700 damage that game. Dummy, unfortunately, before basically the double disconnect, was only able to put out 143, man. That's so tough.
Yeah, man. I mean, Shadow, like, if he really fought that one well, too, to have to do a 2v1 with 2 stocks against 3. And although Duplicate, I don't know what he did with the stock. I think he went a little crazy out there, but that it still left Rygun with a good lead that almost got sapped from him though. Good pickup at the end though, man. That's the one. That is the air dodge destroyer for sure. That side light into the down sig, and when someone tries to air dodge back in, yeah, that's the air dodge destroyer for sure.
Now we do have Dummy back in the lobby, has the Jala on hand, has the defense stance, hoping that the internet connection can hold on long enough for him to do the damage that he needs to hoist the blue team to victory with his teammate Shadow.
We're going to find out if his internet, honestly, not even him, if his internet can hold up. Like, that's what really needs to hold up right now. Dummy's been playing well, but the internet is not. So, you know, maybe start that router real quick. Tell your mom to log off the Netflix real quick, you know, just for a set. You know, stop the microwave, whatever needs it, whatever you got to do.
That's so tough, man. I've had my internet stop working at 12:15 on the dot the past 2 nights. Right at 12:15 when I'm sitting down to watch some TV, and that is brutal. I can't imagine what it feels like to be having issues this late into a tournament with so many things on the line, and it being the beginning of the season, the stage setter for Australia here at the 2v2 Brawlhalla Winter Championship.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this here chat, man. They're going crazy. I said stop the microwave. I know there's microwave around the internet. No, it's the waves, bro.
Yep.
The waves from the microwave could be messing up your router, man. It's interference. Too many things going on.
Very true. I've never had that personally happen to me, but I know people who that has happened to.
Yeah, man. Free your mind, bro. What are y'all doing out here? You know. Anyway, like, so Shadow and Dummy trying one more time to put this team down, but Duplicate and Rygun saying absolutely not. They are fighting from the depths.
With how close the last game was and how close the game before that was, Duplicate doesn't get to saunter around with his Sparky is wrong clan name, okay? I want to put that out there right now. He doesn't get to wag his finger and say, see, nanny, nanny, boo-boo, I was right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope that I hope that doesn't happen for you, honestly. Like, I'm not.
Thanks,
usually
DK.
we're not supposed to be super biased.
Thanks, DK.
But today we're blue team. Let's go.
Regardless,
go,
you and me are on the same team, no matter what happens in the game. We gotta support each other.
So this is a relatively even game right here, and on shipwreck too. So like you can definitely tell that like when someone gets sent off their stage, they're trying to make sure that that stock is taken immediately. Almost ends his partner right there with that down sig.
And here we do have a map with small walls, but it's a lot longer, so there's going to be a lot more room to run around. Are they going to get the full white? They do. Duplicate and Rygun does opening up big in this game. Duplicate still in the orange. Rygun does have some damage on his stock, but depending on where the KO moves happen, neutral signature and the ground pound. That's going to be the KO there. Harp taunt coming out. I know people have been wanting the harp taunt buffed because it's not super loud. It was a little bit of a silent but deadly there coming out as Dummy gets the wipe.
Yeah, man, that was super clean. For the pass too. He got the pass with the neutral sig and then immediately drops over there and drops the ground pound on him. Super nice. That's what I like to see. Now, how are we going to get? Oh, they gave the neutral sig close, very close. Oh, he is scrapping him at the top right now. Gets a little extra damage up there as well. Duplicate. Oh, Cat runs into straight another Thundercat, man. That is unfortunate. Okay, that was close.
Blue team really starting to open this game up. You see how much damage is on Rygun does right now. A lot of damage on blue team, though. Red team still keeping themselves definitely in this game. It's going to come down to final stocks for all. Neutralite comes out. Team damage is not something they can afford. Even the Axe Neutralite, though not a KO move here, does split up the blue team a little bit. Red team all on their final stocks. Oh, a little bit of pressure coming out. The recovery still doesn't KO off the top.
Shut down. Yeah, I thought he was gonna. I thought that weapon toss was gonna lead into Bren being able to chase dodge and do like a recovery or something like that. But I don't know if he was expecting that or not. However, a one-stock game through and through. Just barely escapes that combo, man. Lives to see another day. That's one thing Jala definitely does not want, is to be team combo, being the lightest on the defense on the stage right now.
Man,
for sure.
You see the red team doing everything they can to follow up off of one another, to add up the damage onto one player from both members of the red team, trying to knock them out as quickly as possible. Rygand is very healthy here, definitely the healthiest so far of this game. Ooh. Now he just got knocked into orange.
Okay. Nice. You saw Duplicate try to get over there as quick as possible with that down stick too. The most distance that he can get on that sword, but still wasn't enough distance. Oh, wait. This has been an issue for a bit. If I am dummy, I am not going off stage against Rygand because he has got way too many ground pounds on you. And oh my God!
He almost
did it again!
He almost got it, and the save. He hit his teammate, got the chase dodge on hit. I think this might come down to the fact that the blue team has 2 axes. That weapon toss is going to end. Rygand does, and they get the KO. Disconnects be damned. Shadow and Dummy take the victory in Game 5 and move on.
Dummy almost threw that game, bro. He almost threw that game, man. I was like, please do not get... And then it was coming, but he just did not jump high up enough or confirm it quick enough to get the ground pound. So, Dummy and Shadow moving on. As you said, disconnects be damned. We're still in the game. That means they will be going up against... It's a rematch, right? So now it's time for a rematch.
Yep, it's a rematch. Clem and Shadowfish were the team that sent Dummy and Shadow down into the losers bracket, and let me check. It was a Game 5 situation. It was 3-2 favoring Clem and Shadowfish. That let Clem and Shadowfish move on into the winner's side of top 8. And then they ran into the brick wall that is Kyler and Wright. They got 3-0'd by Kyler and Wright. They came down into the losers bracket, 3-0'd Yano and Jaxta. So other than Kyler and Wright, Clem and Shadowfish have been playing fantastic today.
Yeah, man. They are... Oh, wow, okay. The double, so many Jollos on the screen right now. But yeah, now they are definitely doing well. Now, I'm very interested to see how this team was the team to put them down, and if they're going to be able to do it again, because obviously we didn't get to watch the set earlier. But we're going to, I guess, get a glimpse on what happened in that set, potentially. If it goes the same way, or if they get any type of wins on their side. Or is there some momentum here for Shadow and Dummy?
They have been, let's see, Clem and Shadowfish have been sitting down here for a little bit, for a hot minute. So I think you're exactly right. There could be some momentum coming in from Shadow and Dummy, who just came off that victory. But you got to think, man, Lumen in the background could be those disconnects. Are Shadow and Dummy just going to go stones to the wall right out of the gate, trying to put as much pressure on the red team as they possibly can?
Okay, so as we get into our first game, as I said, it's 3 Jollos on the screen, 2 in the form of Finn. But yeah, just 3 Jollos on the You're going to see a lot of the same things for sure, and you're going to see a lot of power being thrown out, but a lot of hits doing big damage to these 3 characters, all at 4 defense right now.
You're going to hear a lot of axe noises as well, so I hope you like the axe noise in the video game Brawlhalla, because you're going to hear a lot, but maybe not that many if Shadow and Dummy are just able to clean this one up very quickly. It was basically 35 seconds, and they were able to fully wipe the red team, and they're very healthy. Are both of them orange yet? Shadow is orange. I think Dummy is as well, but still, Shadowfish is now orange. I think Clem is orange as well. So a lot of domination coming out from the blue team very early on in the set.
Yeah, the domination definitely. Oh, that would have been a great pickup for that Brit. Oh no, that's not a good pickup though. Definitely picked up his partner right there, sent him packing. However, though, they still got a really good lead here, and I think this is 2 SIGs away from both of the red team being sent out of here. It doesn't matter what SIG it is. I thought he was going to walk straight in with the down SIG, but gets a safer option there with the down light to recovery.
Dummy is not afraid to get 1 KO and then immediately turn as fast as he can on the other opposite teamer. Because he did it last game. You saw the signature come out, and then he came immediately on the shipwreck game with the ground pound to get the double KO. You saw him do the same thing there. He took out one of the members of the red team, then immediately turned on the other. So he keeps that momentum going.
There we go. Cool. Okay. Nice right there. The nice pickup here again from Dummy. Ever since, I mean, he must have. He had to reset that router, man. He's looking real good right now.
Yeah, everything's real tight. You even saw that downlight that hit his teammate. He didn't muscle memory. He didn't just completely autopilot into the D-Light Cider or the D-Light Recovery or any other option. He saw it was his teammate, so he backed out of it. 3 stocks to 1. He almost gets the D-Light Dare Recovery. That was going to be really tough to hit true. You can really only hit it true if you hit like basically them straight down or just a little bit of an angle to the left or right off of the dare. If it's a big cone, the best you can really hope for is that they like dodge or let you fade back into the recovery for the KO. But he almost hit that. The timings were right. The position just wasn't quite right based on how the dare hit. So yeah, man, Dummy playing great so far.
Yeah, man. So with that being said, we get into our next game, and I mean, as I said, they lost to this team, but the momentum might be on their side because they're heating up. You're on a win streak, man. It feels good, and I feel like right now they're definitely holding that down. I mean, I won't even say they're really on a win streak too. It's more so the momentum of closing out a Game 5 set as dominant as they did. I mean, there was almost a throw, but if you think about it, the damage that they had at the last part of that set, there was still quite a bit of damage that had to be done to them to even like threaten really the set being gone. So, and just like that, the first game in this set, they dominated. So if they can keep that level of domination up, we can see them in grand finals.
Now I'm looking back at the bracket, and Shadow and Dummy also won Game 1 in the previous set that they ended up losing. Game 2 went to Clem and Shadowfish, and that could be what's happening here as well. Red team very healthy on their first stocks. Dummy's already lost his first stock. Shadow very deep in the red on his stock. Shadowfish is in the orange, but not really in danger of being taken out. You see the signature coming out. Shadowfish finds a little bit of a punish off of that, and Red team definitely in the lead. We're a minute into this game. Red team's in a pretty good spot here.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, he tried it. Trying to get up there, but I think it's the hit from the weapon toss actually kind of stopped that combo. But honestly, I don't even know if he would have hit that. Most likely going to be able to dodge through in time. So.
Ooh, Dummy found the 3 hit off of that punish for the neutral sig that came out from Shadowfish's sword. Shadow finds the 2 hit onto Shadowfish. Damage coming out, more damage onto Shadowfish. He's in the red now. All of a sudden, this game is equal.
Ooh. Oh, he tried it. Tried it yet again, going for the up air. I think he just wanted that for the chase dodge back to the stage. Would have been a little safer. Oh, but he must thought he had more damage on it. Didn't throw it right follow-up. And they are just throwing these side sigs out.
Shadowfish has got to be careful, man. He's thrown out like 3 different signatures that have all been punished in a major way. It's not even just like a sword neutral like came out. Dummy found a 3 hit. Just now Shadowfish got KO'd because of it. He has to be careful the way he throws out these signatures.
Yeah, I think this has been straight up domination here from Shadow and Dummy this time around. However, though, this is still kind of relatively a close game. Oh, he didn't get the pickup. However, the way just runs away with it. Okay. I feel like he could have tried to make that back, but maybe he was like, you know, let's just come in safe, both of us together. Yeah,
he wanted to KO himself as quickly as he could. There was virtually no way he was going to make it back to the wall, so he just wanted to spawn in the same time as Dummy, so that there wasn't a 2v1 situation against the blue team. We're back to even, though. This is certainly a much different game than before. Oh, picks up 2 people on the first 2 hits of that. Doesn't find anything huge after. No KO option coming off of that signature, but still, that's good damage onto both team members of the blue team. Oh, okay. Now Shadow's the one fighting it. Gets a KO on 1. Drops the follow-up with the side signature just a little bit too late. Yo, okay. The GC side signature gets the KO. Still had line of sight, even though it looked like it hit a little bit low.
That seems to be actually a big issue for Clem right there, because that was the second time I saw him get hit with the side light neutral air recovery because he jumped. So he keeps jumping out of that neutral air hit when instead maybe, you know, trying to go off reaction or something like that, because that jump is getting absolutely destroyed right now. Another good game for Shadow and Dummy.
Yeah, you're seeing Dummy put out 667. Keeping us safe there, blessing us, keeping us safe from the very scary number. So coming out with big damage, 3 KOs. They were basically split down the middle. 3 KOs for Dummy, 2 KOs for Shadow. Got themselves in a great spot going here. They definitely came into the set with the momentum, exactly like you said. They're keeping it moving.
man. So Clem, what will you do? Okay. Oh wow. Oh. What will they do?
I noticed the swap from Clem, but then all of a sudden this loading screen comes up and we have a double Taros, both of them strength stance.
Okay. Well, I guess we know what they're doing now. You know, I guess they know what they're doing now, man. This right here, I mean, like, it always looks like desperation to me, but, like, realistically, this team is very annoying to deal with.
Yeah, if they came into this set with a double Taros, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, go off Kings.
Because this, yeah, I mean, Taros just, again, 9 force, great SIGs, 2 good weapons. Oh, man. Man, I just... You gotta play on your P's and Q's when you're playing against double Taros, especially as Brand 2, or not Brand, Brawlhalla. Your 4 defense against these double 9 forces is just... You're puny, you know what I'm saying? You're baby right now. Like, that's what that is.
Double Taros is ready to whack, they're ready to schmack, and they're ready to make sure that you don't get back to the stage as they've already taken off a KO. 45 seconds into the game, Dummy is already in the yellow on his second stock. That little D-Sig is not going to reach far enough. Almost gets the beautiful gravity cancel down light there, but he gets interrupted. Shadowfish doesn't hit the third option coming out of that neutral air that would have been the KO off the top. Did hit the first 2. Might see a KO. The wrong side of the stage is going to send Shadow to the right. Lets him get back, but I don't know how long Shadow can actually live on this stock. Like, there's no way he lives that much longer unless he's just the avoid getting hit king.
Yeah. And he is honestly really avoiding getting hit right now. So he's living up to that name until just then. I mean, but again, what was that, 1 minute and 30 into the game before he finally loses that first stock, hit double Taros. Like, that's got to feel good.
Shadow living as long as he did is the thing that's kind of keeping this team still in the game. Dummy has not died on his second stock. That's let Clem catch up in terms of damage taken. So both Clem and Dummy are very red. The weapon toss coming out, and look at Dummy ready in a moment's notice to capitalize off of that. Immediately goes for the dare into the stage, resetting jumps, getting below to stay away from the hammer of the red team that was on the wall ready to KO.
Yeah, that was very smart for him to go into the stage. He was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here. I don't like this situation. Let me go ahead and move to the other side. You're not going to catch me. I'm out. And now, a little bit of a lead for the blue team. Dummy really has been holding on to this stock for quite some time. I mean, he lost that first stock like before the minute is up, and now we are getting close to the 3rd minute mark, and he is still holding the stock.
Oh my God!
Oh my, from downtown!
Oh my gosh, that had to have been the left edge, the leftmost edge of that ground pound. Dummy is actually really nice on Brawlhalla. You let his internet hold, and the man is a magician, just turning nothing into something, materializing KOs, materializing damage right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is definitely going to be it for a solo Taros, man. The Bulls came out, but the Matadors were definitely here this time.
Clem knows.
Trying to get his own.
Clem knows. Gonna fight back as best as he can. Gets the side light in there. Goes back to the main stage to reset the jumps as Shadow spawns in. A little bit of team damage coming out.
Okay. There we go. That's going to be easy pickup. And the feast was that Brendan was about to have, man. Got stopped right before. But, yeah, they're going to go ahead and ride straight out this bracket. Clem and Shadowfish tried to go for the somewhat of a desperation pick of the double Taros, and it started off all right. But after that first stock, I mean, Shadow and Dummy, they just recomposed. And, I mean, just straight, literally downtown. We're going to get that replay in here. Man dropped from well above the stage before that and just finished it.
Very healthy numbers coming out of both members of the blue team. Split the KOs right down the middle, 3 and 3. 535 damage from Shadow, 568 from Dummy. But, man, Dummy's a playmaker. Dummy is absolutely a playmaker. I expect on the esports dev stream on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, you are going to see clip after clip of what Dummy has done today and will continue to do.
Yeah, man. I mean, Dummy, again, like, there was a couple of things I was, like, a little suspect, a little questionable about how he was going for the edge guards. But when his edge guards hit, you know, he looked like a straight-up genius. Just a mad scientist here, finding ways to get these hits. So we're going to get to our next, our losers finals. it's going to be a good match. You got Kyler Alice coming back up. His team, Kyler Alice, right, going to be going up against Dummy's team. Should be a great match. Again, Dummy and Shadow, they have some momentum on their side. They're running through this loser side of the bracket, so I know they got to be feeling good right now.
Now, Shadow and Dummy were the team we talked about putting in 5 hours of practice every day. On the other side, Kyler specifically, to practice for Winter Championship, was playing Apex Legends and Bloons. Now, normally, you might be like, okay, well, you need to play Brawlhalla if you want to practice. But in this case, think about the gaming skills that both of those games kind of practice, the gaming muscles that both of those games kind of work. You think about you're a general looking down at the Bloons map. You're choosing between different characters that have unique weapons and abilities. That kind of sounds like Brawlhalla, right? You also do a similar thing in Apex Legends, whether you want to play Pathfinder, whether you want to play Caustic, right? It kind of sounds like Brawlhalla. You have fast motion, you have Twitch gaming that you have from Apex Legends, being able to spray down someone in a heartbeat, find those headshots. You have the moment-to-moment optimization of Bloons. So many gaming skills that Kyler Alice practiced in Apex Legends and Bloons preparing for this week.
You know, if Kyler would have played any one of the blasters, I would have been with him. You know, played Apex Legends. He only played pistols in Apex Legends. He's like RE45s and wingmans. I'm getting used to these blasters right now. Like, but unfortunately, he's here on the brand. She's got the primitive technology. Now he may, you know, maybe he has an axe heirloom for someone. Who knows? But either way, this game,
he got knocked out first.
Brawlhalla.
So
yeah,
maybe he should have just practiced a little bit more Brawlhalla. I was giving him benefit of the doubt because it's Kyler, man. He's the man in Australia, but so far definitely favoring the blue team. Almost in the red. He might be in the red on his second stock.
Okay. Oh, he tried it. He was looking for it right there. Almost got it, too. I mean, that was, like, right on point. Jumped a little too close, I think. However, yeah, the ground pound's going to find his mark again. Not going to be able to get back here with the easy down air. That's what we do. I mean, again, that is right now, Dummy has been the playmaker, you know? He's very risk-reward off the stage, and it's been a lot of rewards right now.
I mean, you saw him ground pound a hammer and come out on top. Doesn't quite have the turnaround options coming from the red team here. There is a full wipe, but they don't have quite the turnaround options that you do on a hammer because there's no hammer on Bryn, there's no hammer on Koji. So maybe he is just going to be the supreme ruler of the edge guards.
Ooh. Okay. Joel tries to find the stabs here as well, but now he's poking, but no one home. You know, he's looking for these neutral lights, but none of them really hitting right now. Here we go. All right, that side 6 is going to find his mark, though. He was going to go for a side 6. It definitely would have hit both of them. I don't think that would have KO'd, but it could have potentially been a KO on Kyler Alice, who was out with a pickup right there again from Dummy. Wright's going to find himself a pickup here on to Dummy as well, but Shadow does find a small punish there.
Playing very carefully, though, letting Dummy spawn in. Even though it's just a 1v1 situation that seemingly could be equal, you see Shadow is very damaged. Didn't want to get KO'd. A little bit of overlap there. A little bit of a flub on that option. Immediately, Dummy is ready. His follow-ups are so nice.
Okay, get out of here with that. Picks him up. Another one. Yeah, that's going to, like, it doesn't matter where he was going to go, man. Like, I feel like this was just too hard of a comeback for them to make. So right, and Kyler Alice banging on those tables, asking for more. They gotta bring more to the table right now. I know that much.
Now, see,
outside of just this
that taunt's a little bit confusing because there's like that's like a full turkey in front of them,
and they're still asking for more. Yes.
Come on, finish what's on your plate first. You have a literal whole turkey that you have not touched. Now, they could be asking for a beverage refill because those cups look real empty. And, I mean,
yeah,
turkey can be dry around the holidays depending on who is cooking it. So, I take it back. This makes a lot of sense.
We're really deciphering this, right? Really going through like, well, now that I've thought about it a little more, no, this is a little crazy.
Looks like we're waiting on Kyler to come back into the lobby. Kyler might be having some issues so far. He is back. But, man, Shadow and Dummy are going off today. I can't even imagine what happened in the Clem and Shadowfish set earlier. that went all the way to Game 5 when they played him again and absolutely dominated them. And then Shadow and Dummy come in and dominate here. They're forcing the double character swap. Kyler onto the Gruagok. There's some boars in this house. And right onto Petra.
Man, I like Petra. I like Petra a lot. She's definitely a strong character. Great weapons. I think right now Gauntlets. That's a hot weapon right now, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
So you got Gauntlets. I'm a huge fan of the orb, so this is definitely a character that I think could maybe do some damage. But at the same time, though, I mean, it may not even matter what character you're picking when the teamwork right now of the blue team is looking like this. A almost gone Petra right there, though. Jesus.
And that's one thing that we've also seen specifically from Wright's Petra is we've seen him be nasty on it, like he is right there, getting the KO, but we've also seen him be not so nasty on it. I'm hoping this game, if you're a fan of the red team, if you're a fan of Kyler and Wright and Kanga Esports, you're wanting a nasty Wright coming out of this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, that was nice. Let's go ahead and spike him down real quick. Not wasting any time on that one with the down air. Should get some good damage there. Oh, maybe looking for him to go just a little bit higher. But doesn't matter, though. Still got some good damage all the way into the yellow. And Kyler Alice does not. That's not Kyler. Yeah, Kyler's trying to get that hit on the Shadow. Does not actually get it.
Ooh, goes for the stomp reverse there. Dummy did not get hit by the stomp in quite the right spot for that down air to pick up. You stomp, go for the reverse on it. There is a KO, but it's a complete trade. Shadow goes down and Wright goes down. 3 stocks to 4. If they can get the KO onto Dummy, Dummy really seems like he's not afraid to play down there, even though he is very deep in the red. D-like ground pound off of the soft platform. Dummy has the sword in hand.
Okay. He was looking for him, but no, he's going to go ahead and get straight out of there as he continues moving on. The recovery not going to work, but the neutral sig will definitely work. That nice Shoryuken. Sending him packing. This is, I mean, actually an even game. The only thing is that this stock from Kyler Alice is very much in danger. And so is the stock from Wright, to be completely honest.
Yeah, damage definitely favoring the blue team here. Shadow could be knocked out soon, especially if he goes for something big like that side signature. Unfortunately, Wright's nair reaches and just puts him back on the main stage. Kyler is going to fall. Wright has to fight the 1v2 for a second. Kyler comes in, giving him some relief, taking members of the blue team and throwing them away from his teammate, giving him safe passage over to the wall and the main stage. Gets the KO. Now they're looking for it on Dummy, but unfortunately Wright is going to fall. Kyler in the 1v2 situation hits the recovery. Chase dodges back onto the stage. Now he's in a much different spot here in this 1v2 than he was earlier when we saw him play a 1v2, so we could see him come out on top here, but man, Dummy and Shadow's follow-ups off of one another have been so slick. Look at that immediate punish on it.
Ooh, okay. Finally gets a hit here onto Dummy, though. Swapping weapons, too. I kind of feel like I was more inclined to stay with the hammer, but honestly, both these weapons, still going to be good. Just felt like the range of that hammer was just a little safer. Here we go. Speaking of, actually got a hammer back right there. He's doing quite well. Oh, no. And right as I'm about to say, he throws out a haphazard sig, gets punished, gets sent out of this game. And now we're going to game 3 with Shadow and Dummy. That's a good lead right now.
Kyler putting out 741 damage. Wright is going to have to step up the damage done stat, only putting out 209. At least he did take 600, so it was exactly 200 damage average per stock before his stocks fell. But man, he's going to have to set up that damage done stat. I mean, that's kind of been a Wright problem for a lot of his career. He has his games where he's nasty, but he's not consistently nasty. Meanwhile, we see Kyler Alice, man. He's coming out. He's putting up the big numbers. He's like probably one of the best 1v2ers in all of Brawlhalla.
Yeah. I mean, that was, outside of that sig, he was pretty much playing that well. I think if that sig was anything else, he probably wouldn't have lost that stock right there, but I think he really wanted to bet something or really thought he had a read on the way the Dummy was coming down. So now going into game 3, though, when he swapped out to another character, the Asuri is out now. So we're just going all over the, high force, low force, big decks right here with the Asuri. One good thing about Asuri, though, she does have a lot of spiking sigs. So, if you end up getting one of those neutral sigs to hit, yeah, you're going straight now.
So when I was looking at the characters that Kyler said he was going to be playing this weekend for both singles, this weekend for doubles and then next weekend for singles, his character pools for both were completely different. There was no overlap between the two. In 2s, it was the Hattori, Teros, and Bryn. In 1v1s, it was a bunch of other characters that were none of the 2v2 picks. One of those was this Asuri, and we could be seeing right here why it was only a 1v1 character and not a 2v2 character. Taking a lot of damage very early on in this game, the most damaged in this game, 40 seconds, actually less than 40 seconds, and we almost see Kyler knocked out.
Yeah, they are looking for these. I thought he was going to just throw it out right after that. You know, even hit your teammate would have been able to take that stock for sure. The double weapon toss. Unarmed heavy, not going to be able to, or unarmed recovery, sorry, not going to be able to take that stock. Almost tried to get it again. Another unarmed recovery. Shinobi, got him.
All right, This is going to be the game. Right has been activated. Before he was going left, now we're going right. He does fall there. Somehow Kyler is the only one still on his first stock. Now he's going to fall. We have a dead even game here. Right in the 1v2 does take a nair. Some team damage comes out. A little bit of unarmed damage on him as well.
Ooh. Okay, he's running away from, not gonna find it. He's still moving though, man. He's definitely keeping himself away from the competition here. Oh. Okay, back to stage. That's gonna be a good recovery right there for Shadow. No one really stopping him. I think Dummy was kind of there to put a little pressure, or at least kind of appear to be putting some pressure up. But even so, Shadow taking quite a bit of damage. Only one in red right now. Though the, I'll say the red team is getting close to it. So the split of damage as far as the team goes is relatively even. It's just who's going to lose the stock first. Uh-oh, Shadow. No help to get back to the stage, but honestly, I'm surprised that he was able to do that. I feel like all of his options were expended. He should have known that air dodge was coming to the stage, so does end up losing that stock anyway, though.
Ooh, here comes Right with the bow on the edge. Finds another down air on the edge. Lasers that one in there. Right playing very well this game. Kyler doing a great job as well. It's going to be a slight lead for the red team. Both members of the red team caught up in that it wasn't there to KO. Ooh, Kyler going for the big play here. Dummy is just in the yellow, though, so it's going to take quite a lot for Kyler to find a KO on the edge. The neutral light from the wrong side of the stage still finds a KO. Right, the only one on his second stock now in this game. Still finds damage. Neutral air hits a side air from Dummy on the wrong side of the stage. This time Right's going to stay alive, though. Oh, finds more damage on the Dummy there.
Yeah, that was actually really smart from Right there. He broke up that combo, and he made a little damage to Kyler Alice, but it was better for him to break it up. Oh, wait a minute. Dummy is known to make some plays here.
Oh, he still finds the ground pound there. Almost gets another one. Maybe should have gone for the dare there. He really went for like the super KO move option, and I think a dare would have given him a little bit more room to play with, a little bit more room to react there. And Kyler and Right are going to take the game when they were down 0-2 in the set. Look at Right. You see him all the way on the left side of the screen putting out 554 damage. Good numbers from Right. Good play from Right.
I mean, again, the same situation happened where it's like, hey, bro, maybe don't go so crazy off the stage. And, well, he went crazy off the stage again. I mean, the first one was good, but the second ground pound, I don't know, that was a little suspect. And it ended up getting him out of the game. So, unfortunate, but, hey, as we keep moving, let's go ahead and get to our next game here. Ooh.
Now, maybe in this game, Dummy and Shadow want to put them into a position where he doesn't even have to hit the second ground pound, right? Because those tiny sidewalls on Ship.
Wow.
He just did he just get an orange KO? Are they going to get another one?
Oh,
even with the neutral signature missing, Dummy still finds the recovery off the top, and we're on Shipwreck, TK. We're not on a normal map.
Okay, this is the way you want to start. This is definitely the way you want to start. Now, you got to keep this momentum up, though, because sometimes people get this far ahead and they start playing a little lazy, and they they leave the door open for a comeback. There it is, though. First stock going to be gone off of the blue team, or for Dummy. Shadow, though, trying to live right here, Right. And Kyler Alice putting him to the side. Finally goes for the high recovery, but Right starting to clean it up. Okay,
Dummy.
right, that was good.
Oh
my God.
You're kidding. How is he
Dummies
finding
everywhere.
these? How is he finding these juggles that lead to KOs off the top? D-Sig comes out from right. That's going to be a KO, but a lot of damage was built onto that stock before he was able to get that KO. A lot of damage. So much damage has been put out by the blue team here. They're playing so well.
Yeah, this is definitely Dummy the Omnipotent right here. That boy is literally killing anywhere and everywhere effectively. So, got to give it up to him. I mean, again, sometimes he goes a little crazy, goes a little ham, and somehow, even with how good the blue team has looked, this game is about to escape them. Oh. They are about to be out of a lead.
What is going on?
Oh my God.
What is going on? I can't wait to see Foda and TWK talk about that clip on Monday. Esports Dev Stream, twitch.tv/Brawlhalla, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's just so many things happened in that one little cluster area. It was a pinball machine.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, the real issue here, are they going to be able to get a stock off in time? Oh, now they got everyone. They've got to work with it. Oh, but that was actually really got to get from right though, just to see if he was going to be trying to dash in on haphazardly. Does get the recovery, but not enough to bring him off the top yet. And this happened quite a bit for Dummy. Actually,
oh, he's dead.
You
know, Kyler saw that D-Light come out. He knew the Sair was coming. He was trying to find the interruption, couldn't get it in time. The end of this game has gone back and forth between red team and blue team so quickly. Kyler needs the victory here if he wants to move on without having to play another game. It's certainly possible. It's Kyler, the 1v2 king. Shadow is in the red. Dummy is in the red. He needs a sword, though. He really needs a sword.
You don't think the guitars can do it?
I just don't think it's what you want here. You got to find like a recovery. Even the unarmed recovery is still not going to K. No. There's no way he makes it back. Dummy comes in. Oh, Dummy? Wide again. The ground pound, just wait for the dare. Wait for the dare. Still goes in with another ground pound to try and secure it. And that is going to be the set. Kyler and Wright are going to be finishing no further than third place as Shadow and Dummy move on into the grand finals.
Wow, at that, man.
What a set.
Shadow and Dummy. I mean, Shadow, what a run right now for these peeps. They have been tearing it up in the loser side of things. A game 5, the game 5 that might not have went to a game 5 if Dummy's internet didn't decide to go Dummy. But he, even with that, even with what could be demotivating, still popping off, still going for crazy plays, still going for the high risk, high reward stuff. And when it works, it works. And when it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't seem to be too big of a detriment for the team to at least get them any losses, you know?
It's definitely the Dummy show for Shadow and Dummy, but Shadow is playing so well. He's also playing really well. He's not doing the flashy stuff. He's not necessarily doing the coolest stuff, but he's a good teammate that Dummy can rely on. Shadow has a strong pedigree in twos alongside Goddess, who he used to previously play with. So Shadow is a very gifted 2v2 player. I don't want to put all of the attention onto Dummy because Shadow is an extremely strong 2v2 teammate, and he is just as important in these games as Dummy is.
That is big facts. I mean, I'm just saying the plays that Dummy is going for
sick.
are a little crazy.
It's sick.
But Shadow, I mean, he's definitely by the book with it. And the combos that they had to string together, it's obvious it takes two to tango with those team combos. So he's there picking it up and everything. However, will they be able to pick it up enough for 6 wins against Doggo and Elsom? We're going to find out right now as we tap into Grand Finals. It's going to be a good one, boys.
Of course, we have to explain the rule of Grand Finals. Coming into Grand Finals from the winner's side is going to be Doggo and Elsom. That means they are afforded the privilege of one set that they can lose. That means that the blue team, Shadow and Dummy, have to win a best of 5 to reset the bracket and then win another best of 5. So that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games when Doggo and Elsom have kind of been sitting up here in the winners finals and then moving on into the grand finals. They've just been taking a break. That can mean good things. That can mean bad things. That could be a cooldown time where you want the momentum. You've seen what Shadow and Dummy have done with the momentum, TK.
Yeah. I mean, this momentum has carried through, what, 3 sets now? Yeah, this is, I mean, you got to worry that you're, actually hopped out the game on accident. But yeah, you got to worry that you're like starting to, starting to fatigue, but there's two types of players, man. There's the person that gets to this point, they fatigue it out. There's the person who continue to run with that good momentum that they have been running with all the way through this loser's bracket.
Now we're seeing bans coming out now. Of course, you're seeing defense stances all across the board on both Brins, on the Brawlhalla, and on the Hattori. We're seeing reasonably high levels. We're seeing 52 on Doggo's Brin, 60 on Elsum's Hattori, 62 on Shadow's Brin. But Dummy's Brawlhalla is really only level 37. Still a significant amount of time put into that character, but relatively compared to the other characters in this set, not quite as high.
Yeah, that's actually 100% facts. I mean, it's like, it takes a little bit to get to these levels for sure, but I mean, when you're thinking about people who've been playing their character up to level 100, 37 looks like not a lot, but when you think about just getting to 37 by itself, it's still a good enough hours to know what this character does, you know? So, let's see if this blue team still has the momentum, still has the juice to take it into at least a second set here.
Now we are seeing 2 swords, a spear, and a lone axe so far coming out as the weapons early on in this game. Man, Elsum putting a lot of pressure on the edge. Shadow completely... Oh, no! Not this way! Please don't let it be this. I want to see these two fully play. Oh, no. That is not within the first 10 seconds. So that's a bot.
Oh, no.
Not like this. Come on, man. They're going to, I guess, do their best to wait for him to come back into this. We're seeing some human movement coming out. That's a thumbs up. I don't know if I would be thumbs upping in this situation. So sad he's on his final stock already.
Yeah, I think this is, again, he's had to deal with this before, though. But for me, personally, as Shadow, I'm demoralized, for sure.
Yep.
And he's about to lose his, he's losing his only stock. Is Shadow going to play this out?
I think he's going to, but it's not going to be as slow as the other one that we saw. I think Doggo and Elsum are going to clean this one up relatively quickly compared to Ragendas and Dublatech earlier. It's definitely not going to be as close as that one ended up being towards the end of it. Oh, man, you heard the down air come out.
Yeah. Look, he's like, yeah, I will scrap y'all off here. I don't care.
Yeah,
so he's got to do, like, what can you do? At this point in time, you're in a 2v1 with 5 stocks left. You only got 2. Man, everything you do has to be crazy, but it just doesn't even matter, bro.
How can he press the button that fast?
Yeah,
that's so fast. That's like faster than Egg was pressing it back in the day. He might be one of the best mashers that I've ever seen on that.
He definitely put both his hands over there. That was both hands on the left, right for sure. Here we go. For the Wazdies. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Well, that first game is kind of a wash, unfortunately. I'm hoping that Dummy reset his internet yet again, because that's not what we want to see, man. Like, we want to see good gameplay, bro. You gave up a game because your internet's not liking you. That sucks. Shadow in the chat saying that's frustrating, and I feel for you,
Agreed.
brother. I feel for you.
That is actual factual as we move on through this set. Crystal Temple, Mammoth Fortress, and Shipwreck up, but we're going to the Mammoth Fortress. We're seeing Dummy back in this one. No character swaps whatsoever. That's brutal to see this deep in the bracket, because you know these two teams would give us one hell of a set.
Oh yeah, I was so ready for this set to go the distance, and unfortunately, we end up getting a couple of mishaps here, man. So, it's unfortunate that it goes down like this, but you got to keep it moving. And it may be one game that you lost, doesn't mean you still can't win these next 3. But yeah, man. It feels bad just knowing that, if it goes to a game 5, right? You're like, this wouldn't even been a game 5 if I could have played,
We are seeing everything look pretty good so far. Red team definitely taking a lead here. D-Light recovery from Doggo. Not quite taking out Dummy off the top. Oh, didn't send him far enough for the neutral signature from Elsum to get the KO here. Everybody taking a lot of damage. Elsem is the healthiest right now. I don't think he's quite in red yet. Dummy hunting for a KO, but Elsem also looking for one. That weapon toss might have sent him close to Shadow, but Dummy finds one KO. Can he find two?
That was a very obvious. That was a very obvious side stick coming in from Doggo. Like, it's like he almost told him, hey, I'm going to side stick here. He stopped, wasn't doing anything tricky before, just threw it out. And took that one right to the back of the dome. However, though, Elsem still looking good as he has not lost this. Oh, wait.
Oh, no one could get over in time. Oh, man, he owes Doggo lunch after that one. You saw Doggo move down there, put himself in between the blue team and his recovering teammate.
Yeah, and that recovery is so wide, too, so it's not like, you know, even if you got around it, that would have still got Elsem back in time, back to the stage in time to probably turn around that, like turn around and end up edge guarding. So either way, Elsem finally losing that stock.
Oh, he gets the read.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Great response from Dummy. Oh, no, but there's a good wake up from Elsem. Gravity cancel down signature. Saw a lot of that last week. Oh, gets the delay to the gravity cancel neutral heavy. Weapon spawn comes in. Shadow grabs it. Elsem without a weapon. Some 90-degree chase dodge. Doggo picks up a KO on the left. Definitely in favor of the red team.
Oh, off the wall. Not the way that you want to throw that stick, but it's all good. Still managed to get back to stage real quick. Okay. Ooh. Interesting choice to go for the down air there instead of maybe a double recovery. He was like directly on top of him. Would have got max damage for sure. Okay. Ooh. Oh, not the double. Ooh. Okay, yep, the second swing, and that is going to be it for Shadow. He's going to be out of here now. It's all up to Dummy to take 3 stocks whilst hoping that his internet holds up.
Red team has been very good at putting a lot of pressure off stage. Like, look at how quickly Elsem is going to go in here and attempt to clean this up. You're seeing so many down airs coming out from Elsem compared to Dummy's ground pounds. That time he goes for the down air, he's just going to fall to his death. I can't believe that even clashed out there, but Dummy is out of that game, and that is going to be another one added up for Elsem and Doggo. They might get the 3-0 sweep without even having to play a second set here.
Man, Shadow in the chat saying Dummy is still lagging. Actually sucks. It happens in grands, but good meme. Sure.
What else can you do?
Yeah, you know I'm saying.
What else can you do?
Yeah,
TK?
you got to take it on the chin, man. That's unfortunate, but you know, hopefully, you know, there's enough stabilization to get at least a game here as we go into our 3rd game.
The board, man, it's do or die for Shadow and Dummy here in Game 3, down 2 games. Doggo and Elsem could clean this one up so quickly. Elsem, oh my gosh, playing like a man with lightning feet.
Look, okay, I don't know. Was he moving that quickly, like really? But all right. The real question now is, okay, hold on. Dummy's down here again. He's doing the same thing that he intended to do on the left side or off the side of the stage. He's backing up, though. Some ground pounds. Yeah, I mean, it's a little more defense. Maybe he's cooled off. I mean, there's a lot of time that he has done.
He's done. No way he gets back.
Okay. And honestly, even hit your teammate didn't even matter. Like, he had no damage. So knocking both of them down to make sure you get that guaranteed KO was going to be good onto Dummy. So here we go. Oh, wow. A lot of downlights right there. And Jesus, what a pickup right there from Doggo. Doggo getting that neutral stick here onto the other brand. Shadow also a little cooled off as well. I mean, Dummy and Shadow not really playing with that same like fire that we saw before the break.
We have seen the follow-up that just now came. Oh, no. Picked up both members of the red team with the D-Light. Going in with the ground pound. Elsem comes in with the down air. Elsem waiting to find another down air. He does. Shadow comes in, hits the ground pound, sends Elsem up. Oh, and he goes over to the right side, rotating, giving his teammate everything to get back. Dummy goes in with the ground pound, retreats safely back. Oh, hits his teammate. Oh. Somehow gets the KO off the top with the recovery right after getting hit with his teammate's weapon. Blue team.
Blue team I've ever seen.
That was, like that one. They better go to church after this. I don't know what time it is in Australia, but there's got to be a church open somewhere.
Oh yeah. Okay, so nice little toss right there. That's going to be a big pickup, easy pickup, and I think Dummy's going to be gone too. Yeah, the double. I don't know how Hattori got that. That dare was very sneaky, but does find it. And that means we are getting into the last stock for the blue team here. I mean, they're not too far behind, though, as far as getting this damage onto Doggo, though. But Doggo doing big damage on the unarmed. Nice hit from Shadow. Comes all the way across that stage for that side air.
Shadow does find the down air. He's not able to carry the red team over to the left side, the left edge. They remain on the platform. Down air from Elsem. You see him floating, waiting to find another one. Now he's below Shadow, hits the neutral air. Bryn Sig's coming out from both teams. Neutral Sig from Doggo, sends Shadow flying. He's looking for a possible turnaround onto Elsem.
All right.
Oh, they still can't find
Nice
this
toss.
KO.
I'll give it up.
This is a low defense character. The side air, still not enough to KO Dummy. In the 1v2 situation, this game is looking like it's curtains. That means the set is looking like it's curtains. He goes in with the ground pound, doesn't hit, finds the recovery to get back up to the platform. Everybody unarmed until Dummy finally picks up the weapon.
Yeah, but I'm actually really surprised that, like, so he did a gravity cancel sidelight, but I wonder if that was supposed to be a gravity cancel downlight for the finish, because Dummy is very high up on damage. Doggo just getting all these weapons out of here. He says, "No, we're finishing this the hands, bro."
Dummy is not playing that game.
He's not hearing that.
Exactly right.
He's not hearing that.
Oh, the immediate answer. Doggo finds the KO after a very long break. Elsem and Doggo are your Australia 2v2 Winter Champions.
Yeah, man, good stuff to Elsem and Doggo, man. Just straight up domination from their side. I mean, they didn't lose any games here in the finals. Even with the long break, whatever, didn't cool them down. They did very well versus Kyler Allison, right? So that is just, you know, they deserve this win for sure. Today is the day that they deserve this win. Elsem and Doggo, big shout outs to them.
They did not allow any teammate, or sorry, any opponent that they played against get more than one victory. There were no Game 5 situations.